I'm very happy to be with you today. Today we're talking about stop running on empty, how to refill your emotional tank. It can be quite easy to feel like you're weighed down and burdened, especially during challenging times. We're women, we're busy people, and when we're dealing with our own health, that can be quite an issue for us when we're trying to keep up with everything else. All of our other roles, whether that's mom or wife or girlfriend or whatever, there's just a lot going on. So, as the saying goes, you can't pour from an empty cup. Running on empty leads to feelings of exhaustion, and trying to figure out what you need to replenish can be confusing and also uncertain. Exhaustion is not the physical kind that a nap can fix. I'm talking about the emotional kind, the kind that sinks deep into your bones. The kind I mean is when you're still showing up, but your heart feels so far away. Or when you're still functioning, but your joy feels kind of muted, that you're really not engaged like you should be. Or when you're still giving to others over and over, but it feels like you haven't benefited by receiving anything from anyone in a very long time. Sometimes that happens after we finish cancer treatment. When everyone thinks we're right back to normal, then all of a sudden the help we may have been getting is gone. So if you're in the midst of a difficult season, maybe you're a caregiver for elderly parents, or you're recovering from your own circumstances. You're trying to rebuild your life after that traumatic event, or you're continuing to push through your illness or some other trauma or constant responsibilities. It makes sense that you would be tired. Your body has been through a lot already. You haven't done anything wrong. You didn't fail. You simply used up all your emotional energy, everything you had in you, and you haven't had a chance to refill it. So, beautiful souls, I'm Terry Sturt, and I'm here today to talk to you about something I know many of us ladies carry quietly: exhaustion. Feeling tired all the time, but still moving to get things done. Today, I want to gently guide you back to yourself, to that calm inner center. That's because that's where restoration begins. Because you deserve to feel whole again. You deserve a full cup of energy. So why do we run on empty? We don't run on empty because we're careless. We run on empty because life has expectations for us. And it asks a lot of us, a lot from us, often more than anyone sees. Many of us grew up learning, be strong, don't burden others, keep the peace, you can handle it. I grew up in a house with 3 brothers, and so being the only girl and my mom, I was often told, just stay strong. Don't burden others. You can do it yourself. So I grew up that way, and that's the way I lead my adult life too. We became the dependable one, the emotional glue. Maybe you're the anchor, or you're a strong friend. Does any of this describe you? But here's what is essential for us to understand is that emotional exhaustion is not a flaw. It's evidence that you have been loving very deeply, carrying responsibility, yours and others, showing up when it was hard or difficult, holding yourself together even when your life was overwhelming. Your exhaustion is not weakness. It is the normal response to prolonged emotional output without any replenishment. That is quite common during any long-term stressful situation like what we've all been through. I know myself. I know when I am overwhelmed or overly stressed with too much to think about, I find a way to slow the pace and refuel my energy. Sometimes it is a quiet time, a short walk, meditation or prayer, or writing in my journal. Any of these things can help you just dump what's in your head and get rid of it, letting it go. And that's what many women struggle with. We have a hard time letting things go. We know how to give. We know how to endure. We know how to push through. We were never taught how to receive, how to ask for help when we need it, how to rest without guilt, how to care for ourselves before the crisis point. So today, we begin again with grace. So how do we identify our own emotional emptiness? You might be running on empty if you feel numb more than you feel inspired. You know, those feelings of just going through the motions, but not really having a lot of excitement about life. You're easily irritated, but you don't want to be that way. You wake up tired even when you slept a long time. You feel disconnected from things and other people that used to bring you joy. You're tired in a way that isn't fixed with more sleep. You feel like you have nothing left to give, but you keep giving anyway. All of these are things that we do as women and that you could probably add to the list. Things that demonstrate that we're running on empty. If any of this resonates, I hear you. But please hear me. There is nothing wrong with you. It's just the way we are. It's the way we're made as women. You're not broken or different. You're not failing. You're not too much. And you're not enough. You are enough. You are simply tired. And that's very human and very understandable. And there are ways to refill your emotional tank. We refill through consistent and gentle restoration. Again, it's about being intentional, not letting dramatic life changes get in our way. Slow it down and be gentle with the restoration. Not disappearing for a month, not just simple daily nourishment is what you need. Nourishing our body, mind, and our spirits. Here are 3 places to begin. Slow down long enough to notice how you feel. We've been trained to outrun our feelings, but when we outrun them, we end up carrying them everywhere we go. So step 1 is simply to pause right where you're at right now. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Sit somewhere quiet. Maybe it's in your car or in your bedroom or bathroom. Or if you're at work, it's a private space at work. Or maybe it's outside in the sunshine. Anywhere that helps you feel comfort and support. Place your hand on your chest and breathe slowly and ask yourself, what is my heart holding right now? And just taking time to pause and ask yourself that question just takes 5 minutes. Don't try to change how you feel. Don't try to fix it. Just witness it. Don't put shame on it. Just recognize how you feel. Awareness is the first step to refill and replenish your energy. The second one is to reconnect with what brings you peace. Now, I didn't say reconnect with what makes you productive. That doesn't always bring us peace. Not what makes you look like you're doing well when you're really not. Really think about what brings you peace. For some, that's sitting in the sunlight and just feeling the warmth of the light. Or others like to listen to soft music and focus on the words and the rhythms. Sitting quietly in prayer or meditation is another option. Or use water to find peace with a bubble bath or a warm shower, or a dip in the pool if you have one near you, or maybe a trip to the ocean, to the beach. Walking slowly in nature, somewhere with plenty of green or vibrant colors, is another way to look for peace. But all of these things might demonstrate solitude, and that's okay. It's a way to pause and get yourself back on track, and then you can go be with your family and your friends. These are not luxuries. These are restorations. I know myself, and I know when I am overwhelmed or stressed with too much to think about. I find a way to slow the pace and refuel my energy. Sometimes it's just some quiet time, breathing and listening to my breath. It's a short walk, or it's a meditation or prayer, writing in my journal. I repeat these things over and over because these are the things that work for me, and maybe they'll work for you too. Your nervous system needs moments of undoing. Perhaps it needs to find a new rhythm. Maybe the best thing you can do is shake things up a bit. Do something different. If you don't normally meditate, maybe give it a try. We often follow our old patterns. So finding something new can offer new clarity or excitement or joy and even renewed peace. Moments where life is not asked to make sense, this is where the refilling begins. The third is to let someone support you. This is the hardest part for many of us. How many of you have a difficult time asking for help? Healing happens in connection. Hope grows in community. Emotional strength is restored in being seen and understood by others. That may look like reaching out to a friend and saying, I just need someone to listen. Or joining a women's group or circle. Maybe it's a group coaching session or it's a book study. Letting someone sit beside you in your tiredness without needing to be cheerful. That's what you need. Receiving support is not weak, it's wisdom. It's realizing I can't do this world alone. So I want to close today with this. You are worthy of care, whether that's someone helping you or self-care. You are worthy of gentleness. You are worthy of rest. Listen to your body. You're worthy of life that feels good to wake up to. Not later, not when everything else settles down, not when you feel better, not when everyone else says it's okay. It's now, today, in this very moment. Taking action creates momentum, and then you have that momentum to keep going. So here is your simple momentum building action step for today. Again, it's just 5 minutes, just 5, to do something that makes your spirit feel even a little more supported. We've talked about several ideas, but what can you do to soften the load, to lighten the load that you feel on your shoulders? Because wellness doesn't start with big change. It starts with one act of returning to yourself. In today's message, I wanted to speak to you about taking good care of yourself. And if you resonated with this, maybe there's someone else who's also running on empty. If you'd like a gentle place to start, I created a simple worksheet to help you check in with your heart. I'll give you the link at the end of the video. And if you're looking for a place to refill regularly, a space where you don't have to be strong all the time, you're invited to join my Wellness Seekers community. It's a new community I'm creating on the school app. I'll leave that link for you after the video as well. So, in summary, you don't have to walk alone. This life is hard. And the fact that you're here listening to this video this week tells me that you are taking care of yourself. Remember to take care of your heart today. It has carried you this far, and it will carry you many places after today. So let it rest. As always, I'm cheering you on. Have a beautiful day.